Different sports handle their Road to the Show mode differently, but in a way, they all tell the same story. But what makes this mode different? Well, when this player becomes a god, they will be able to take control of other players to create the greatest dynasty known to man. 10 championships in a row. This is God mode. As you can see, I'm playing as Joe Random. He's a right fielder drafted by the Yankees, but more on that later. Anyway, as I'm playing, let me explain to you how a player becomes a god in this mode. They become a god by maxing out their stats, they're starting at 0 overall, and then winning a World Series which allows them to transfer their powers. As you just saw right there, I flew out on the first pitch. Pitches that are hit into the outfield weakly cause you to lose 5 power for lefties or righties, depending on who you are facing. So no attributes were gained or lost during that at bat. By the way, the next player who becomes a god will not have to win a World Series. Only the player that transfers the powers. Alright, hopefully that explanation was clear. If you need clarification and you want to play this mode, then stick around to the end of the video because I will provide you with all the rules to this mode. Anyway, there is a lore accurate reason that Joe is a Yankee, but I did not have time to make the cinematic storyline around this game mode. So, if you guys enjoy this concept, I will consider making it before part 2 of this series. Now back to explaining. That hit earned me 5 power attributes, but because I went to second, I also gained 5 speed for the extra base hit. These attributes will kick in after the end of the series against the Flying Squirrels who we're facing right now. Nothing else happened on the bases, so now let's get into fielding. This is a lot more simple than in Road to the Show. As long as you don't make an error, you gain 2 attributes per game, but if you do mess up, you lose 10. However, you can also gain 10 for every runner thrown out and 10 for every dive. And there is another easy fielding opportunity. Let's see what shows up next. Alright, here comes the pitch. And it's another easy can of corn. Let's move on to batting. And I'm going to guess the pitch so I can set up the PCI. But unfortunately, that's going to be an easy out, which is not good because I can only get promoted by stats. So that's a good hit, but I need to get on base. And looks like I'm actually going to have to field this one as I make the cutoff throw. And they got him. And that's the game. The Patriots win. Let's go. By the way, this is in franchise, so unfortunately, I'm going to have to go back into the main menu before I go to the next game. It's very annoying. Alright, as I was going to say, you've probably noticed by now that I'm currently on beginner difficulty. This is because I'm going to level up over time, partly to make it easier to level up stats to get promoted. But the average doesn't matter for leveling up difficulty. Being the player of the game is what matters. But to get promoted, as I said before, my average is taken into account. And I'll talk about that way later, probably not even this video. But yeah, here's another fielding opportunity, and that's going to be an easy basket catch, and that will end the inning. So now on to batting. I haven't gotten a lot of extra base hits yet. Let's see if I can change that. I'm not going to guess this time, and I'm still getting used to the timing, so I fouled that one off, but at least it wasn't an out. But that was a good line drive, but right at the third baseman. Unfortunate, but that's probably going to happen a lot with the 0 overall. And here's another batting opportunity. That one is hit way farther than most of them. And I am not going to go for 2. I'm just going to make it back there just in time. But as you can see, nothing else happened on the bases. Oh wait, I forgot about this. I tried to look at the ball, but I forgot that the buttons are different in this game. So I halted my movement and therefore was caught in a rundown by accident when all I wanted to do was look at the ball. I just wanted to know if I was going to be safe or not. So, very unfortunate. And that is going to lower my speed because of batting aggressiveness. And again, there will be a thing that explains everything at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. And that's going to dunk in for a base hit. Nice. But nothing else happened on the bases. Let's move on to fielding. Now it's the top of the 10th. Second game, already the first extra inning game. Pretty crazy. But we're just going to take an easy catch. The runner is tagging, so I smartly threw to the cutoff man, but he was unfortunately not able to get the runner at third. And that's going to end the game. We did end up losing, I believe. And here's another batting opportunity. This is going to be the last game, by the way. And that's going to be a hit pretty far, but it's going to carry just a little too far, and that's going to end the inning. But here is the first fielding opportunity of this game. 3-0 Flying Squirrels at the top of the third, and here comes a pitch. It's going to be another easy catch. For some reason, I've seen in Road to the Show the fielding be way harder, but in franchise, they didn't change it, I guess. I guess the code for fielding opportunities is different for player lock versus, the actual mode of Road to the Show, even though it's still a player lock. All right, here's another batting opportunity. And that's going to be fouled off. Still getting used to the beginner difficulty. It's just so slow, and I just want to hit it right away, but it's not going to come at you right away. And there's another foul ball. I'm sure I'll get it this time. And I do. That's going to be a base hit. But nothing else happens on the bases. I actually got thrown out at second. So and here's a fielding opportunity, but again, just an easy catch. I'm kind of curious why there's a difference in franchise versus Road to the Show player lock fielding. And again, easy fielding opportunity. This time I had to run and pick up the ball, but not very hard. And let's move on to batting. This game's kind of out of reach, but we don't really care about who wins, as that's going to just barely get past the third baseman, and that's going to be a base hit. But nothing else happens on the bases, as I was thrown out at second before I even could run. And here's the fielding opportunity. But again, just a very easy catch. I'm curious what happens next video. But yeah, all the fielding opportunities were very easy. But here we go. I think this was my last at bat. But here, bottom of the 8th, we're starting to make a comeback. This is important because I got clutched by this hit. But unfortunately, I lined out to the third baseman. And that's going to end the 8th and almost end the game. After this catch, it should be over. And yeah, that's another easy fielding. I'm just going to throw that to second, and that should end the video. If you guys like this video, please like and subscribe. It really would mean a lot. And I hope you want to play this yourselves. If you do, well then here's an entire slideshow with 26 slides so you can know all the intricate rules to this game mode. You can play as anybody, even a closing pitcher and starting pitcher, or a two-way player.
And yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Slide in the description